Hello, good morning. What's new? Welcome to another Motivational Monday, where every Monday I try to say something nice. Today I wanted to talk about my mental health and what keeps me going. Some people know I'm pretty open about my mental health issues. I don't know if that's the right word. My mental health struggles. You can go with that one. I think that one works. My mental health struggles. I am somebody that was diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder. I do have post-traumatic stress disorder from a couple of different reasons. We'll get to that in just a second. And anxiety. As a child, I was sexually assaulted by my babysitter. And I was sexually assaulted again as a teenager. I was also attempted sexual assault in my early 20s. I have also been in a really bad car accident in which I was T-boned by a cement truck and was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I have suffered some partial hearing loss in my left ear. And because of these things, what my psychologists have basically said is that when you put that kind of stress on the body, the sexual assault is stressful because you are obviously trying to fight something off that is being forced upon you. That is stress on the body. And the stress of the car accident is stress on the body. Losing ear makes the other ear have to compensate a little bit more. That's stress on the body. And at some point, my body went, I'm done. Figure it out yourself. So that created a post-traumatic stress disorder in which my body is always fight or flight. There's no in between. I am either going to stay and fight or I'm going to fly away. I'm not going to deal with it. Not my issue, not my problem, not my circus, not my monkeys, right? And so because I constantly live in that and having a mood disorder in which I have hypomania and depression with anxiety, because I live with that, there have been a lot of times where people have said, wow, I would have quit. I wouldn't have continued going. I wouldn't have continued performing, or I wouldn't have worked so hard on my Instagram, or I wouldn't have blah, 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 blah. And there have been times where I wanted to quit, where I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do drag. I didn't want to do a new cosplay. I didn't want to do makeup. I didn't want to perform. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to get out of bed. What keeps me going when I am in those bad places are two things. One, my constant desire to do better. I'm not saying that I'm super competitive because I'm not competitive with other people. I see people that do things better than me and I think I want to be able to do that. I also see what I do and I live in the hashtag good enough. That's my life. When I'm doing makeup, I'm like, it's good enough. But I think about it and I want to come back to it and I want to perfect it. I want to do it over and over and over again until it is right. And because of that, I'm also not afraid to ask for help. Where a lot of people are afraid to ask for help, I'm not afraid to ask for it. That's one thing, is my constant desire to better myself. But I also love when people look at my photos on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr or anywhere else that I'm posting pictures and they say, wow, this is amazing, or wow, this really inspires me, or wow, this really made me feel better. I love that. I love it. It's when people give me feedback about how I'm affecting their lives. They keep me going. You are what keeps me going. I don't have a huge following on YouTube yet. I don't work it as hard as I work my Instagram. I don't have a huge following on Twitter. I don't work it as hard as my Instagram. My Instagram is like my second job. I'm constantly posting. I'm constantly queuing. I'm going through and constantly liking and commenting and having fun and interacting. Instagram is like a job. I work it really, really hard. Because even if I talk to 100 people What's that Lady Gaga thing? There could be 100 people in the room, and 99 of them don't believe in you, but Bradley Cooper does. Those comments are my Bradley Cooper. They believe in me, and I'm inspiring them, and they love what I'm doing, and I do it for that. Because when I get that, that feeds the tit of creativity that I want to suckle. That's where I want to go. So yes, I am somebody that is living with bipolar 2 disorder. I am somebody that is living with post-traumatic stress disorder. I am somebody that is living with anxiety. I am not somebody or a victim that has PTSD, bipolar, and anxiety. I'm not somebody that is bipolar. I'm not somebody that is anxious. I'm not somebody that is stressed. That is not who I am. I am me. I am living with post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar 2 disorder, and anxiety disorder. I want to know about you. What keeps you going? Maybe you don't have any of these issues, these struggles. Maybe you don't live with that. Maybe you have some other struggles that I don't live with. Tell me about it. Let's discuss. Be kind to one another.